Well, I am Stephen. I am the voice of DeFi. With me here on the stage is Christine. She is the co-host as well as Smart Rick. Today we're going to talk about WAGMI Wednesday and all that goes with that. And part of the big discussion that we want to have is this crypto.com arena, changing from Staples Arena to crypto.com arena, which is a big move and gets a lot of eyes on the scene. So yeah, we want to talk about that a little bit today, and then also wherever the conversation happens to take us. But Sam, how are you doing today? And I guess you heard us talking a little bit in the beginning. Do you have any thoughts on all these news stories?
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was taking my vitamins. I was listening to multiple radio shows this morning, man. And people are pretty pissed about it, but I don't even see why. Like, people are already talking about getting petitions going. Like, there was some negative things about crypto set. Obviously, people are not about it. But I remember when they were building Staples Center. I live in Southern California. So I remember when they were actually building Staples Center, and people were pissed that they were going to call it Staples Center. So it's like people are just want something to complain about. It doesn't matter what they would have named it. People would have been pissed about it.
You California people, y'all just aren't happy.
I think they're just mad that they're not calling it the Kobe Center. I think is really what they're upset about right now.
All right, Kobe, for sure. No. It's not their fault Staples didn't renew the lease. Like, I'm sure if they wanted to pay $700 million, like, they probably could. But
Staples can't even afford it anymore, right? Like, how many Staples are there?
Right.
I think that was the big thing, is that Staples they can't afford it anymore. And crypto came through with the money, and they were like, we're going to take it over. And people are upset about it. But like I said, they could have named it anything, and anybody could have taken it over, and everybody would have been mad anyways.
TRADERVERSE Center.
Well, you took the words out of my mouth, Christine. It's a 20-year term for crypto.com, but in the year 2041, look out for TRADERVERSE Center.
TRADERVERSE.
I mean, I think we should buy the Ford Field from the Lions and do something with that franchise, because that'd be a real coming of age. Like, not only did we do something great with our social platform and cryptocurrency, but then also we took the Lions to the Super Bowl and we renamed.
You do it right. If you do it right now, you'd be buying the dip on the Lions. So
I mean, buying the dip. It's been a dip for.
That could be not the Lions. They could just be Detroit.
We've had a couple dead cat bounces and we've made the wild card, but I mean, like that's just pitiful. But we can talk about my depression and Detroit sports another day.
Up next, Rick's depression and sports. Great topic. But yeah, I do think for it being crypto.com arena, first of all, it's Los Angeles, okay? Major media market that lots of eyes are on. And as far as the NBA is concerned, the most premier player, as far as, I'm not getting into who's better, who's best. I'm getting into how many eyes are on LeBron and the Lakers and one of the premier teams. Yeah, LeBron James. Thank you. I know what you're saying.
I know you do.
And then taking that into the Clippers, there's just so many eyes on that arena. And to name it crypto.com, first of all, I'm assuming crypto.com has done their research to say, what's valuable. And 700 million, which, okay, now I said the number. 700 million. That's a lot of dollars. That's a lot of sats. Okay, so to be able to put that much over 20 years, it tells me that they've probably done their research to show this will come back to us by going right here. I see we have somebody with their hand up. Fake Hair Bear.
You think it's an ETH? Do you think that 700,000 is an ETH?
Oh, that's a good question.
Did they pay in check or in
Sheep? It's definitely Sheep or Doge. No.
Was it million or 1,000?
Million for 20 years.
Oh, okay. No, I jumped in. I just got on here. I'm on my lunch break here at home, cooking lunch. But I think I jumped into a conversation about the Staples Center getting switched over to crypto.
Indeed.
Yeah. So somebody mentioned how a lot of people are upset that the name is switching over. It's a generational thing. A lot of people have like the experiences and like the teams, like whatever era of those LA teams' legacy is tied to those. But in 20 years, this younger generation is going to be upset if it ever switches off to something else, because this is something that they can relate to going forward. This is something that's prevalent in arenas all over the place, but Staples obviously has, the Lakers is a very world-renowned brand, a lot of bandwagoners, and it's just got a lot behind it. Me personally, like, I grew up watching the NBA, and I know about the Staples Center, but even this excites me because, we're in this crypto space together. So for it to have some sort of relevance to sports now, I think is very cool.
You might be a Lakers fan.
I am not a Lakers fan.
You're like, to be clear. Well, maybe
Yeah.
you know the answer to my question then. Each team has one branded portion on their jersey. What's the Lakers this year? Does anybody know?
It's Wish, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Wish.
Okay. So they didn't have already. I was wondering if they already had some sort of relationship with Crypto.com, but it sounds like they didn't, and maybe instead they just beat them down with $700 million, and like they're going to turn that down.
Yeah, so they're going to 2-for-1 too. I mean, or actually more than that. I mean, like the Clippers play there, the Kings play there. Like, not that hockey's super prevalent in LA, but but now I guess when is it going to become like the instead of like the Lakers or the Clippers, it is like the LA hash rate or like the LA, like when are we getting the mascot change?
I want a jersey of the LA hash rate. Yes. I want it in that
the LA dips. I like the dips. That'd be fun.
That sounds more insulting than it does favorable.
It does.
Yo. Just want to chime in real quick that the 76ers actually have Crypto.com on their jerseys, or had. So they've been around, and now that they bought the stadium, that's a huge deal. But I think I'm more excited to see Crypto.com and other big name companies in the metaverse instead for stadiums.
They have the UFC as well. I mean, Crypto.com, and like just for like the whole this is marketing for all of us. The whole Web3 space. It's Crypto.com. I mean, yeah, it's a Singapore-based exchange, but and that's where you would go to if you put it into your browser. But like just the word crypto, it's just so overarching to the whole industry. Where now it's like people are like, oh man, remember that Bitcoin? That guy spent 10,000 Bitcoin on a pizza. Now it's like on the Staples Center. Like we're bleeding into like mainstream media, and like it's gonna be great for everybody.
Well, yeah, it legitimizes it, right? Let's say you just kind of heard of crypto. You got your crazy friend in the office that mentions Bitcoin every now and then, and you know a little bit about it, but you think that's that magic internet money for nerds, right? And then, now your favorite basketball team has named its arena, its sponsorship with Crypto.com. And it's, for a industry moving standpoint, it's a great sponsorship because, it wasn't called KuCoin or something like that it's not self-explanatory. Crypto.com. I mean, it's right there out in front, and it's going to say, Crypto.com. It's going to easily legitimize the space just because of exposure to it. You'll no longer have it from just the crazy guy in the next cubicle. It'll actually be, like I said, right there in front. Every time you turn on the TV, every time you log into the internet, you will see, live from not the Staples Center, but from Crypto.com arena.
Yeah, when you get to like a minor league affiliate baseball team with like Dogecoin,
that'll happen, I'll bet.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
And it'd be good for Doge or Shiba or someone of those. And they may think of themselves as too big for that type of a project, but that will happen. I will bet it will happen with a sponsorship. And maybe this will be the first Lego brick of kind of building up a lot of sports and crypto, or just entertainment crypto combining.
Well, I know that Mark Cuban, right? He was one of the first to, I don't know if he was one of the first, but the first big names to incorporate crypto, especially Doge, with sports, like how he had with the Mavericks. Like he was like, oh, we accept Doge for the tickets and the merchandise or whatever. And everyone was like, what is he doing? But, obviously he had the idea, and everyone's shifting, and Crypto.com's been making their name known in like a lot of the sports sectors, like what you guys said, UFC and everything. Like I always would notice, I'm like, Crypto.com, wow. I'm like, how much money do these guys have?
Be sure to listen in to all of our weekly shows and follow us on Twitter for updates.